Hi, good evening, everyone. This is FOOTYTALK.my. We are back again. End of the season. This is the talk. This is the theme of the season show, and we have been going through a lot of moments of the season. A lot of things happened, and things are actually going on right now. And I'm going to bring some interesting panels into the show. First of all, I'm going to bring in Kishan.
Hello.
Kishan
Hi.
is my sidekick
Thank
for
you.
the rumor has it,
Thank you.
and
Yes.
I'm going to bring Tazwid from the Footsie Malaysia. Tazwid,
Hello. Hi.
how's it going? There's a nice
Not too bad.
scarf behind there, and I'm going to bring in Bang Din from our Foodie Network as well, and
Hello. Apa
and the
khabar?
man of the show. And we're gonna bring the man of the show, Mr. Pua, into the show. Pua, you all right?
Yeah, hello guys, good evening. Oh, sorry,
Good
not to
evening.
offend anyone.
Good evening.
Not to offend
And
anyone.
we're gonna bring the only queen that we have in our Foodie Talk network, Miss Serena. Serena, how are you? I hope you're
Hi.
fine. And there's a
Yeah,
nice
okay.
T-shirt. We're supposed to have someone wearing the Machan T-shirt or something. Kitchen, you're supposed to wear that.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you,
So
thank you, thank you so much,
we
guys.
have
Thank you so much.
we have two Liverpool fans. I mean, I'm gonna minus myself out, and two United fans, and we have one Spurs fans. And our first topic of the day, we're gonna speak about the moment of the season. So I'm gonna go with Tazwid first. Tazwid, first, the moment of the season. What would be the best moment of the season that you actually had witnessed this season?
Right. Can't argue more on the early season of last season is when we beat Man United at their home 6-1. It's actually it been like the biggest even over United since 1932. With Harry Kane and Son scores 2 goals apiece. And I think I don't know what United fan will be thinking about it until now. That's I think best moment on my side.
Okay. How about Hurricane? Any thoughts on him?
Oh, I wish that Harry Kane will stay with us, despite of the rumors that he will be going to Man City or Man United, kind of thing. But Levy, generally we have to put more effort to stop him to go anywhere by bringing some sort of a good manager. I think there's rumors Conte coming in, rumors Pochettino coming back. So we'll see what happen in like a few days coming.
Yep,
Hopefully
yep.
that he won't go anywhere because
I I
once he
I.
went, hmm,
Hmm. Yep.
once
Go
he
ahead. Go ahead.
go, then a lot of things will be changed among the players itself.
Tapi tak sedih lah. Ken pergi ke sedih?
Uh, tak sedih because at one side is actually is good for him also. He's the kind of player he want to get success and lift the trophy, which he can't get at the moment in Spurs. That's for facts. I think it's time for him to move actually. I mean, he's age of 27 now, so he must get at least 2 years to find some trophy.
Yeah. Like there's a stats on Spurs as well where 113, if I'm not mistaken, 113 or 118 players who have left Spurs winning trophy. So um, where do you see Kane staying in Spurs and doing the miracles, or like you said, mungkin he has the best to come in another team.
Right. I think he won't be another Gerrard been staying in Liverpool because Liverpool been like quite success, been lifting trophies before. But it's not the same story with the Spurs when we don't have any trophy to win. No. Uh, I might say that he might be going to Man City because City, I mean, lost the Aguero already, so it might be perfect for Kane to be in. I mean, in the team.
Okay, okay. I would like to listen from Serena. Um, Serena, could you tell us the best moment from Manchester United that you
Okay,
would like to share with us?
okay, Dave. Actually, I have two things. Not only for Manchester United, but also overall. One of the best moment for me this season was when all the fans came together to protest
Yep,
the
yep, yep.
European Super League. You know, this is like I
Yeah,
think one of the biggest achievement I have seen. Like the fans has the power, and I think it is really we spoken out, and we have seen how it's going and all that, and then the owners is apologizing and all this. So I think
yep.
this is one of the moment that we rarely see like all the time. So, but that this is the time I think one of the thing, and also the protest that we did in Old Trafford against before our clash, right? So that we can have the someone at the top, you know, to have some decision. So that after that whole entire drama happened, Ed Woodward has resigned, you know.
But Serena,
So
the two incident happened
mm,
during the same match schedule, which is Manchester
correct,
United Liverpool. It, it
correct.
it it didn't happen when it was a Europa League game.
Mm.
It did happen when it was a away game at Aston Villa, but it did happen on the same two games. So, is there any significant thing related to what United and Liverpool would try to say to their owners?
Um, Obviously because Dave, this is one of the biggest match in England, right? So this is one
Mm,
of the biggest two rivalries as well. So you will not have that much of kick if you're going to do it in like Villa Park or something away or all this, you know. But you
exactly,
know this is the
exactly.
game that everybody will come together to watch and all that, waiting for
Yep,
the match and
yep,
all this.
yep.
The excitement is different, you know, all this. So they actually the reason they choose this match, I understand why, and the reason why. I mean, of course, I've like there's something that I also against, especially doing the vandalisms and all this, but the
Okay.
protests, you know, the moment the fans voice, you know, the own fans voice has been, you know, raised and all this, so the decision has been made. So for me this is one of the achievement, and also the European Super League, as I said earlier, right, the entire fans around the world came in together to protest the entire, because money is not everything, you know, like you see Leicester won the cup that day, right? So you know these are the team that, you know, they fight, you know, they have the passions and all this. We have to support this kind of thing because passions means everything. So on in for United, what I can say, there's a lot of roller coasters. Good that you asked me this question right after we've been, you know, losing the Europa finals. Um, a lot of things that we finished the season last season at third position, and we progressed this season with second positions. And I wouldn't say that especially some of the luck also, because our other rivals also having their own issues and all this. You know, like Liverpool have some
Mm,
injuries,
mm.
all this, right? Kishan, moody, I know. Okay. so all others have their own issues and all this, right? So it was like a blessing for us as well.
So
As well.
Kishan actually remembers what you said earlier this season. So
So, but also I still think that if we never bottle up during January at that time, we
mm,
still could be a champion now, you know, like
yep,
instead of
yep.
having City, right, we could have actually been a champion now. I think this is the season we could have actually taken the chances well, you know, when we have other competitors. So yeah, that's up and down. And then we went into Champions League, we beat PSG, we beat Leipzig, we lost to Istanbul, and then the second league, everything is spoken. We're out for Champions League, and then back to Europa, and then that also, like, you know, we beat AS Roma and all this, and then we lost the final match. So I have like a mixed feelings. I have seen some progress, I have seen some improvements, I have seen some like I can see the players are getting matured. Everybody, you know, everyone is playing part as well, but there's a lot of things to improve as well. One of the thing I'm looking forward is the signing for next season. How are we going to compete with other teams? Because I don't see that we're going to like I don't see we're going to give up. It's not like my team is going down the fall or what something. It's like I can see the progress is coming on. So
Yeah,
basically, yeah, that's the season for me. Yeah, a
think
lot of yeah.
I'm coming to end my shift now. So I'm gonna bring the boss in.
Okay.
Uh, the boss here. Hello, boss. Yes, the stage is yours. Seda, you all right? So we are just going through the moment of the season right
Assalamualaikum
now.
dan salam sejahtera.
Guys, we are all wearing black. Isn't
Hey,
that
yeah,
great?
does it on black.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. None of our teams won any silverware. Today we can confirm it. Today we can confirm it.
So semua bergabung.
Yes, morning.
Don't worry. Unlike Puva, I will only wish the greeting at the end of the show. The famous greeting at the end of the show. Puva did it at the start. We'll do it at the end. Okay. So, who has not gone? Moment of the season. Did Kishan Balan go already?
No.
Haven't yet. We
Yeah,
haven't gone
let's
with
do Kishan
Kishore
Balan.
yet.
Okay, first of all, good evening.
Oh my.
You did that again. He did that
No,
again.
no, like how Selena said just now. United went through a roller coaster of journey throughout the whole season, right? Like for Liverpool, I think we went, I don't know, car crash or what, something happened, a bumper car or what, a blow cut. I don't know what happened. It was a messed up season for us, but somehow we managed to get the third place. But for me, there were actually two things, no, two best moments for us when we first beat Crystal Palace 7-0 at Selhurst Park. So I thought, okay lah, this year will be number 20. Then the next game, next game, 6 games in a row we lost at home. Okay, then that time,
Like that. Hmm.
yeah, it's like two cars kissing together, two cars kissing together, you know.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, kissing.
So it's quite a mixed season, messed up season for us because at first we thought we're gonna win our 20th Premier League title, and then the next game, the few following games, we actually bottled up our home record of 68 games unbeaten. We lost 6 games in a row, 68 or 66.
I think what happened to us this season can no longer be called bottled. I think we packaged it. Okay, it's no longer one bottle. I think we packaged the whole thing this season. We showed everybody what bottle is too lame. Let us show you how to really package the whole thing. So it's a combo.
Then they were told, that was the first thing, and then we went through a slump, bad patch. We went 6 games, losing streak at home, and then the spark came back when Alisson scored the last minute goal against West Brom, and that time all the Liverpool fans were together because it's not about the goal that he scored. It's about the passion that the goalkeeper, because four players for us like Mo Salah, Firmino, and also Mane, they couldn't score a goal, and they needed a goalkeeper to come up and score. This shows how much they want the top four spot. And however, it actually ended up good for us. We got third place, and then also we just signed Konate. It's a good thing for us. Good thing to start off with the next season. So I'm looking forward to the next season, but I'm not going to make any predictions who is going to win the title. Let's wait.
This is not the show.
Yeah.
No, the prediction all let Serena do because
Okay.
Yeah,
Can-
yes,
can-
yes. The lineup prediction, the who finished the top four in order, in the correct order.
Today's team of the season, so I think we should just give it to
Yeah. Give it to her.
That's all.
Shall we go to Bangdin?
Andin, very quiet.
No, I'm just listening because I don't know where to start first. We have a lot of memorable moments. Memorable moments in the sense of defying the odds and being second on the table, because I was expecting 6-7 placing. And then, of course, another memorable moment was screwing up the whole season with some stupid losses. That's memorable. You cannot get this type of scenario anywhere else. Sheffield United, Everton, many more stupid moments, Istanbul, and all this crap, So that was memorable. But of course, the highlight of the season has to be two things: winning 9-0 against a 10-man Southampton and bragging forever with that, and losing 11 and then giving excuses for that. So that is another memorable moment. You'll never get this all in one season. United did it with style. And then now we come up with a memorable figure of 150 million to spend on players. So you're going to buy Harry Maguire times 2. Maybe you can buy Maguire and his Songkat. So that's how memorable the season has been. But again, on a serious note,
Go on.
on a serious note, it was a good season overall. Overall, it's a good season. There's baby steps are being taken to achieve something bigger. But again, we don't know whether the baby has 5 years to climb up the ladder, or they're going to start running next season. We don't know that.
Mm.
But again, the groundwork is being done. Looks fine. Um, but the funny part of the whole season is this particular season, players I never expected to shine actually shone quite well for United. Luke Shaw especially. Luke Shaw
Mm.
Yep.
especially.
Second that, yeah.
Another player was Edison Cavani because I was a bit skeptical about his signing, marquee signing. I mean, name is the marquee name, but the age was a factor. But the guy actually proved us wrong actually, and especially that final game goal against Fulham, the second best goal I've seen in Old Trafford in my whole life. 30 years, I've never seen a better goal than that. Second best goal after Wayne Rooney's overhead kick against Man City. I mean, Eric Cantona would be like, shit, man, I just got owned.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
And
So,
the best part, Monday, because it's in front of our fans somehow, right? So it was
oh
like
yeah,
really a massive this one, yeah.
that was a good goal because after that we screwed up against Villarreal. So just give them a shot into this kid.
Okay.
We asked someone to join the show, and you see what he's doing now. He's commenting over here.
You
Great
see, Ole,
penalty moment is Ole. They
Ole,
come into the show now,
no, no, but
and he
I
kept
think,
saying, "Have fun, Serena, recovering well." He's asking you a question.
no, but I
Then,
think personally it was a fine season for United. A very funny season for the Premier League actually. So overall, yeah, man, look forward to the next season. Look forward to the Euros. Things are happening right now. Transfers will be starting. So guys, this is better than the season, I believe.
gee, Bandin, I actually got one thing for you.
Mhm.
Vinod says Dinesh's best moment was officiating the RSG match.
You see, I, I was already putting the petition before coming to Footy Talk Network. When I came Footy Talk Network, I made it live. That's what I did.
We have a comment from Victor Sim. Victor Sim, thanks for watching. Villarreal, you will win. They proved they are metal. They are the top six in La Liga, albeit no trophy shown. And back to the CL, big time Man City so far did a PL League Cup. CL fingers crossed. So I
I
think
mean, I
yeah,
think
go on.
credit to Villarreal actually. A small city with a population of 50K people. I think that's
Yeah, yeah.
this is their first major trophies. Not. I mean,
Yeah.
some people saying that this is their first major European trophy, but I think this is their first
The
ever major
first
trophy.
trophy. Yeah. First trophy
Yeah.
ever.
So it's brilliant. Looking like
It's
how their
historical. It's
season
historical.
And they were
historical.
brilliant, to be
Yes.
honest. They were
And
brilliant. Even all the penalties also taken superb, man.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
And
the
That was
funny
probably the
part,
best penalty shootout ever.
the funny part, guys, was
Even
this.
the United players' penalty was superb. Actually, you have to give it to them. Even when Tuanzebe was ready to
Correct.
take, I thought he gonna
no,
miss. Like
20
everyone
20
was pitch perfect.
no,
Yeah, correct.
21 beautiful penalties, I would say.
Except I think Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was very lucky. I
Yeah,
think
look,
he
yeah,
Bruno was
he
lucky.
almost. I
Bruno
mean,
was
like,
lucky.
I thought both keepers actually made a close call,
yeah.
a save. But I think at the end, it was just one winners. And Pua, probably you can go with your moment of the season. Then I'll wrap up mine.
wait.
I want.
Villarreal, we have two Spurs player inside,
Yeah,
White and Capo.
yeah,
We
yeah.
also have
So
Tazri
Speaking
also
of the
that
have
makes so
118
player
people
there also.
player.
that makes the tally now 121 players, if I'm
So
mistaken.
Tazwe, so that means the one of those 118 is there.
Yeah.
So they won the trophies.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't believe how cursed is this football club. I think Tottenham Hotspur. No,
Ayo.
they are cursed. They are. I think they are the first club to do double in English football. I can't believe that. I think they have only won two league titles, and the FA Cup they have done well, very well.
Yeah.
Eight FA Cup is a good run, but apart from that, very disappointing.
That's right.
Right, Pua? Shall we go with yours? The best
I think
moment of the season?
Kishan pretty much covered it, but I don't want to speak about the Ellison moment. I think that's clear cut. I think that's the best moment for Liverpool this season. But I want to speak about the moment took place at Goodison Park early this season, which actually in a way affected our season. I think that game, the
Mm.
VAR call, I think was very poor. I think the Van Dijk injury, which actually ruled him out. Thiago suffered injury as well in that game. Imagine if Van Dijk and Thiago had played 10 more games or 15 more games, things could have been different.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
I want to, that moment for me changed our season. And another moment I want to say the Old Trafford game. I think Liverpool went to Old Trafford 2 weeks back with a must-win situation.
Yep, yep.
Even though United had nothing to play for, or even if they lose, they sealed their second position in the league. But we all know that United, given even a friendly game, they don't want to lose to Liverpool.
No,
It's
we all
vice
know that, but
versa.
Ole doesn't know that. So he said, never mind, give them chance.
So I think that Old Trafford win in a way sparked the the mood back. I think
Correct.
nobody, I think even Liverpool fans,
Yep, yep.
probably they would have hoped for a 2-1 win or something like that. But I think overall we were convincing in that game. I think we deserved to
Yep.
win. And because we were in situation to win the last four games, out of the last four, the United game is the toughest. So the moment we won that game, we knew that we gonna win the next three. But we thought, but the West Brom game was one hell of an emotional ride. I
Yes.
didn't believe that we gonna drew. It's gonna end up in a stalemate until Allison rescued the day. So yeah, it ended up
Yeah,
well for us. I believe it ended up well. I
yeah,
think
like
third given the circumstances, I'm happy with that. Yeah, but again, like what Kishan said, looking forward for next season. I think the Konate signing is massive.
yep, yep.
I know
Liverpool
people.
definitely
I
signing.
know. I know
Also
in Twitter
giving,
is going on trending, and all some rival fans saying that, oh, they have signed another injury-prone player. Konate gonna join the likes of Matip.
Hey, we will sign injury-prone players and we'll finish
Hmm.
number 3. We don't care.
So yep, it end up well, and I think I have a feel it gonna kickstart well as well in after Euros for us in the new season.
Okay,
All
all right,
right, all
right,
right.
all right. And for me, I would pick the best moment of the season where you know empty stadiums have haunted the Premier League for the past year, and the return of the fans to the stadium this past week has been incredible. I mean, especially for all the football fans to actually witness fans. I mean, playing in front of fans after so long. I mean, that brings the passion into the game, the roar of the crowd. Getting behind the team. It cannot be replicated throughout the year. I mean, football is nothing without the fans, and the next one, the best moment I would actually pick, I mean, in a neutral point of view, where in the dying moment where Liverpool actually needed a victory or even a win to secure the top four was the Allison's header, like Puwa said as well. And the other thing that the fans who protested against the European Super League plans. I mean, is something that a huge moment, and seems like is it going to be the turning point of the European football in coming years or in coming seasons? So these are the moments that actually I can think of, and I mean the fans, we need them. I mean the players need the fans. So that would be the best moment of this season for me.
Can I add
Um,
one more best season for Liverpool? The best moment for the season.
yeah, carry
It's
on. Go on.
when the club started to make good decisions.
oh,
All
okay.
right, all right, all
That was the
Kishan,
moment that
Kishan,
kicked off the season
Kishan,
actually. Yes,
save
yes.
it, save it. I mean, the season is over. Never mind.
Okay,
Move on,
okay,
move on,
okay.
please.
So I can
No,
say
even
another one then.
myself, been complaining about it, been mourning about it, Klopp's decision and everything. But I think the season is over. It's done and dusted. Leave it, man.
But
Leave it.
okay, right, Senna. Shall we go? Shall we skip? I mean, shall we
Wait,
go
wait,
to
Yeah,
the
wait.
next
I
yeah.
one?
can add another one then for
Hey, how
Spurs.
come?
Yeah,
Go,
go on, go
Tasrul.
on.
Yes, please, go on.
Okay, we're talking about Klopp. You're talking about the empty stadium, those kind of thing. I want to from me myself. I don't know what about other Spurs fan. I don't know. I think Serena will be agree with me. We actually the best moment that we sacked
I
Morino.
don't count on that. Serena agreeing with you, I don't count on that.
No, I think I know what he said. But anyway, go on, Tazi. I just want to
Yeah,
hear that again.
because we sacked Marino and finally.
Yeah,
That's the best
You.
exactly.
moment. Phew.
But the moment was okay, but the timing was bad,
The
right?
Timing
timing
was
is
wrong.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
timing
timing
was
is
wrong.
bad.
Yeah.
Timing was
Yeah,
Before
bad.
agree
Cup
about that.
final,
But
come on.
Yeah.
We
5 days to go for the cup final,
you know
and you
DL
guys
about
sacking
it.
a manager that rarely lose a final.
And there
Yeah,
was
that's
one
right.
chance for you to win the cup. Like I'm sure
Yes,
Mourinho will win the cup. So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
the timing was
Yeah.
wrong, but the
Somehow you would
decision was
have
wrong.
parked a double decker bus.
This all
A fine
we just
counter attack by
yeah.
Son and Kane. Confirm.
But it been read by other teams already. It been keep repeating the same method again and again.
Mhm.
It won't
Yeah.
happen this time. So I'm glad he's gone. I know it's my myself. I don't know what about other fans, Spurs fan.
So let's go into the next stuff.
Hey, we are not
Yeah.
listening to Sena's best moment.
Oh yeah.
You
I
don't
don't
have
have a best moment. You want worst moment? Worst moment? Uva already
what
said I cannot
7-2.
talk worst moment, so I got nothing to say.
7-2.
7-2.
What is the worst moment? 7-2.
No,
No,
Uh,
no.
7-2.
The
Yeah.
worst moment was, losing to Everton. Like what?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, at home, man, at
At
home.
home.
Yeah, that was
After
like a rivalry
22,
for you guys. Yeah.
Liverpool
after
fans will
26
know
years,
that
man.
Yes,
that
you feel
was
like the
tougher to take than finishing third in the league. Liverpool fans will know
Yep,
this.
yep.
Eh?
Hey,
Correct,
but
correct,
now
That
correct.
was
Everton
hard.
finish what? Everton finish what now? What?
10,
10,
11.
right?
10.
Ah,
10,
see,
10.
see, that's why I say at the end of the day, you see the standing, then you can brag lah. Like now I can say who's the number second. Something
So
like that lah.
Pua, I was right about Leeds. I was right about Leeds. At least
Yep.
top six or the
I,
least
I was
top
spot on
10.
at Leeds. The only prediction
Yeah.
I got right, if you look back at Footy Talk, is Leeds finishing number 9. I
Oh
got that
my
right.
God.
Hmm.
I got that.
Wow. Good job.
But I
I
think I
told
remember.
Josiah was supposed to be on the show. I thought I'll tell Josiah, bro, I got it right when Kuva invited
Yeah.
Josiah first show, Footy Talk. Right? First show. So I predicted that. I remember. That was good. Anyway, let's go into the next segment. Let's talk about goalkeepers who took us by surprise. Let's start with took us by surprise, and I think I know everyone's going to say who. So let's talk. Let Bang Din start. Bang Din.
For me,
Can
that's
be
me.
good reason or bad reason lah, but try to keep it positive lah. Keep it
Okay,
positive.
okay. I mean, for me, it's Martinez, Aston Villa. Because Aston Villa was surprise package this season, of course. But I tell you
Bro, I
from,
know he won you points in FPL.
yeah, I mean, I owe him that, yeah. But the thing is, he was not much appreciated in Arsenal, I believe. And
Yep,
so he
yep,
had a
yep.
point of proof. And when he went to Aston Villa, he made a statement that he wants to make himself relevant back again. So when I saw his saves this season, the wonderful saves would be, of course, they might not be table toppers, but he showed that he's one of the best the league has. I would say the top three the league has. Martinez. So for me, if you ask me, he is the one single goalkeeper who took me by surprise. Martinez.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Uva blank it out. Let's go to Kishan. What do you think?
Okay. Even though Emi Martinez, gave me a lot of FPL points, but the goalkeeper that took me by surprise is Ilan Melia from Leeds United.
Hmm.
Because for a young goalkeeper, 20-year-old French goalkeeper, coming into his first full season in EPL, that is such a huge pressure for him to handle because Leeds United's the former number one goalkeeper is Kiko Casilla. So we all know who is him. Kiko Casilla. He used to play for Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. And for Melia to come into Premier League at the age of 20 and then to grab the number one spot goalkeeper, I mean, the number one spot for goalkeeper in Leeds, I mean, at Leeds, that is huge for him. And given with the performance of Leeds this season, they got ninth, and it all because of him also, because he's been good. And then he has been selected for the France under 21 for Euros, and that's good for him.
Okay.
And I mean, that actually took me by surprise. Even though Eli Martinez, yeah, he had few experience. I mean, he had played in EPL before, but as for Melia, it was a new challenge for him, new adventure for him to come into Premier League and then to perform this well in his debut season. So I think we all should appreciate this guy. He could make his big move soon.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it from Serena then.
For me also same as Bang Din also. For me, Martinez was also one of the choice. But I think if I have to have my second choice will be Mendy from Chelsea. This keeper also actually came as a surprise for me also because especially I think the game against United was his first game. So many chances that so many saves that he have done, remarkable, decent saves as well. So this keeper as well for me is like really one of the keeper that took me surprise. But yeah.
I'm actually quite keen to does everybody think Mendy is worth that amount of money that he was bought for? Everybody think so? Huh? Definitely.
I think he kept about 15 to 16 clean sheet this season.
No, I think he deserves.
He
Yeah,
deserves.
he definitely deserves. I mean, he took us actually by surprise. Actually, even Mendy, and I have another not being surprised, who is Addison, who also kept 14 or 15 clean sheets this season. So Addison would be the my second choice, and Mendy, yes, definitely. I would agree with Serena.
About 22 million, I think, was a bargain. Just
Yep.
Definitely.
22 million is fine.
Just don't look at the age factor. I mean, because he's 27 now, but you look at the quality that he brings to the club.
No, you see, you're bringing quality to a big club who's in crisis, and he came and stable the whole thing. So that's quite good of him.
Abang sudah mari.
Abang
Abang, come into life lah, bang.
People ask him to come inside. He's talking outside.
He got meeting. I asked him to speak this.
Taswit, what's your thoughts?
Okay. My first choice will be Martinez. I'll agree with Serena and the Abandin. But if given the second choice, I think I might have to think about one English goalkeeper, which is Nicky Pope from Burnley. He did nothing special, but he saved hell lot of shots. I mean, for Burnley, and he's English. So that's about it.
Okay. Who hasn't gone yet? Serena.
What? Hello.
She's gone.
Oh, sorry.
Come
sorry.
on, I'm the only girl.
You expect Serena to say Dean Anderson?
No,
is it?
Serena has gone a lot more quiet than she usually is, so I'm not used to it. I haven't got my dose of Serena, my usual daily dose of Serena. Quota has not been reached.
No, I've invested all my emotion yesterday already, so today I'm trying to be more calm.
Tak ada rasa ni lah.
Hey, Puah, your thoughts? Puah, then Dave.
I agree. Martinez is the best keeper this season, but the question is, took us by surprise because I remember Martinez was so solid for Arsenal towards the end of his career when Leno suffered the injury. Yes. He was solid. I think Arsenal won the FA Cup when Martinez was the goalkeeper as well. So he saved them a couple of games as well in the league. So Martinez, for me, was expected. But the Leeds goalkeeper, I'm with Kishan. The Leeds goalkeeper took me by surprise. If there is another choice, I would say Mendy because Chelsea were going through the problem with the goalkeeper.
Yes.
And Lampard. And out of all the signings is made, I think Mendy is his best signing. Unfortunately, he couldn't be there for so long. I mean, longer to be part of this Mendy's career at Chelsea. So
I've actually forgotten that Lampard has left the Premier League. I've forgotten.
yes, left, yeah, it's left. So for me, it's the Leeds goalkeeper. If I have another choice, Mendy for Chelsea. I think I think Chelsea kept 16 or 17 clean sheets after he joined. That's
Yep.
massive. That's
Yes.
massive. And Serena
Okay.
was spot on that game at Old Trafford. United should have won it by 2, 3 goals easily, if
Yep.
not for Mendy.
Plus that was his first game, so it was like
Yep.
surprise for me. 2-3. Like,
Yes.
wow.
He was calm. He was calm and composed.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Dave then to wrap it up the segment.
It's no brainer. Allison took me by surprise by going up to the 6-yard box, making an header like a super sub striker to get a 3 points at the end of the, you know, in the dying moment. So Allison, Addison, and Mendy. I mean, Melia could come into that as well. Um, for me, Allison took me by surprise. I mean, he doesn't have to do that. He has like Nathaniel Phillips. He has Reese Williams who can actually hit the ball. I mean, tall guys. Fabinho could do that, but he came all the way down and just took that header off, and that 3
I
points.
think I think nobody expected this. I think only Dave brought it up. I think everybody kind of did not expect it lah. Yeah,
And
I
and
think
and, and when the
that
moment the goal went in, I didn't shout. I was like, "Did you actually do that?" My God! I said, "Okay, fine, right." So that actually took me by surprise this year. And Edison, we know that he's a quality goalkeeper. I mean, he's a challenge for Allison in the Brazil squad. I mean, in coming Copa, and Mendy as well, and Mendy and Martinez. These are some of the goalkeepers that actually took me by surprise this season.
That's total of 4 goalkeepers.
Yep.
So he has so many surprises. That's
Yes,
why.
yeah. So he surprised himself also.
Same as the Allison's goal. That how did you actually score the goal?
But I have to. I think it's down to the opinions. But I don't think Edison took me by surprise. I think it's the one of the reasons City actually won the league because of their back four was super solid this season. The
No, Pua,
Cancelos, the Stones,
I
the Diaz.
categorize Edison in what do you call that? Took me not by surprise because I mean he's one of the contenders for the clean sheets every season.
I and yes, of course, fair enough. I mean, credit to him because he won the Golden Glove because for the
Yep,
most
yep,
clean sheet.
yep.
But we all know that it's down to their back four
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
okay. So
because the number of
just
shots
so our
faced in the
viewers-
league.
Sorry, go Pua, go ahead.
Now, because the number of shots faced by the goalkeepers list, if you see Edison nowhere near the top 3 or top 4, I think. So that actually shows that the likes of Martinez, the likes of Melia, the likes of Mendy is there up there this season. Consistent the whole season, I think these 3 probably.
Right. Okay, just so everybody is aware, earlier today we got the panels to do a voting or nomination for the team of the season. Okay, so we're going to uncover that as we go. All right, so we'll start with goalkeeper. Start with goalkeeper. So there were 4 nominations. Hold on, 4 nominations. All right. The ones that the one that just missed out. I'm not going to share all because there's so many nominations. So the one that missed out very closely on being the pick of the team of season goalkeeper was in fact Edison. All right. And so basically, the goalkeeper of the season, as voted by the panel,
No. How come there's no sound?
Martinez.
Hmm.
Okay, Martinez.
all right. So this is the goalkeeper of the season, and I think there was no doubt there. The man impressed everybody week in, week out for the better part of the season, even though, like what was said, he may not have taken any silverware away, but he really impressed. So he gets the pick for goalkeeper of the season. Do you guys agree, or everyone who's watching? I hope that you guys agree. If you don't agree, please, or if you agree, please leave your comments over there. All right, we'll put it all up later on our social media. So now let's get into, of course, the next level of things in terms of how the team of the season is going to play out. Let's talk about defense. Let's talk about everyone's opinion very quickly about defensive shows this season. Let's start with Taswit. What for you is a moment that you actually remember, either bad, good, bad, or ugly lah, defensively?
Should be Eric Dyer masterclass as centre back.
Yeah.
That one I think I can put that as a bad moment. He's okay. I can't remember much on the defender side, but for me, if you're talking about the defender, the best defender on this season, everyone will be agree on the Ruben Diaz. Most of the, I think of the fans. He's been solid at the age of young. He's been solid. He's been like he everyone can listen to him. He can manage the back four very well. But if let's say I have the chance to vote another defense, the best defense, I think I'll put Wesley Fofana from Leicester City. He's been doing well. He's young. His ability, his good on the tackling, and also he's a good passer as well. About
Okay.
you asked me the defensive moment. I can't remember well, because I think first have been a lot of being defensive in putting the bus in front of goal. I think on the Mourinho times, that's what I've been seeing on a lot of defensive moment. I think at my club, I don't see any of other. I can't remember well. But let's say you ask me about the best defender, I can say Ruben Diaz or Fofana myself.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Let's go to Bangdin.
The best defensive moment when United
Not
lost.
best, not best. Unthinkable. It could be good,
Yeah.
bad, or ugly, right?
Yeah, right. The best unthinkable defensive moment was when United played Spurs. Harry Maguire is defending his own defender. Remember the one he took a big shot? That was the moment where I realized that.
Bande, be careful what you wish for. You have to be really nice towards Maguire now. How much you guys missed Maguire?
Back in that game, Hua, we were thinking, what the hell is 80 million now? It's like burning 80 million now. And that game, it shows 80 million was well burnt. He was actually pushing Luke Shaw and marking him when Tottenham Hotspur was running through us. No, you guys carry on. I'll stop them for you. It's like the type of very, 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 very good sportsmanship for wrong reasons. But if you ask me, the best defender I would say this season is John Stones. So why John Stones was because the hefty price tag, 50 million, he was a flop actually for City. That's what everybody said. But this year with Ruben Diaz, he had a kind of formidable defense with, at the back, and I think he was scoring some goals, being a essential part of a championship winning team. So I think that guy is bouncing back and justifying a bit on the price tag. So for me, ask me, he's the defender of the season for me, personal opinion.
All right, okay. Let's go to Kishan.
Unthinkable defensive moment.
Bro, you can
I
come up
think
with a lot.
I think I just talk about Antonio Rudiger. He wasn't a youth player under Frank Lampard,
Lampard.
and then Thomas Tuchel came in and put him in the lineup, and he really showed the quality that he has, that he can deliver to the team. And
Oh,
ever since Thomas Tuchel came into the team, I mean, he managed Chelsea. They've been defending well. A part of Mendy's 16 or 15 clean sheets. Uh, Rudiger is massive. He managed he managed to keep up his own performance until the end of the season, and then he played really well against Real Madrid. And that is the kind of defensive unit that you need in a team. For me, Thomas Tuchel is quite lucky because Frank Lampard is quite kind of stupid to not use this kind of players in the team. And then I think it's kind of stupid, you know, because you have this kind of experienced players, but you put in youngsters. And Thomas Tuchel came in. The first thing was he settled down his defensive problems. He brought in the likes of Aspilicueta, Marcos Alonso, and then Antonio Rudiger. And for me, the standout defender for this season. Yeah, even though City won the league, John Stones played very well, very good season together with Ruben Diaz. But we must also give the credit to Antonio Rudiger because he actually found back his form, and he's playing not like the usual Antonio Rudiger. He's more advanced Rudiger, and maybe because of the effect of Thiago Silva in the team, the leadership that he has. And for you to play alongside with Thiago Silva, a very experienced defender, I mean that's how you keep up with your game, improve game by game. So yeah, that's my take. I think it's Antonio Rudiger. I would say it's Harry Maguire, but I don't want lah. Guy is injured.
Okay. Muda. Enough, Eddie. Enough. Your nomination enough.
All right, unthinkable defensive moment. There's a lot, but
Kindly censor whatever Serena gonna say, please.
No, say now. You say go on raw.
Okay, that's all.
Go raw lah. I mean, what is there, man? End of the season. Go for it.
No, if he possible, right? Kishan want to line up all my defensive there. He will just put everyone there. Maguire, Lindelof, everyone he will put there.
No, only Maguire.
Enough. I've been listening enough today.
Because he's the quite expensive, sexy lady there. No, it's like 18 million.
Much more above you, ma. So now you see Konate 30, right? We must buy something triple our price, see?
I know. Triple the size of Maguire. Triple the size of size plus the price of Maguire.
Okay. This is going well. Dave.
Unthinkable.
I wonder why Serena always make me to talk the last one, to give my opinion.
I know.
Every single topic is either I'll go first or I'll come the last.
No, because you are like the Guruji, Pua. So you are like
No
the
such
guru, right? So
No such thing.
the
No
best
You
such
either
is
thing.
to the
kick off
last.
a topic or you wrap up a topic. That's what it is.
No, they say that
Okay.
the best for the last, the best for the
Yeah,
last.
that's right.
The best for
Sorry.
the last. For me, the unthinkable defensive moment will be what Klopp has done at Liverpool, playing Fabinho in the centre back, two youngsters at the centre back, playing the captain himself, Jordan Henderson, at the centre back. I guess he would have even played.
You're
Alisson in the
making
centre
fun
back.
of him or what? Like what?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
an
think he's making fun.
no,
I
no,
think
I'm not
he's
making
telling
fun.
that. I think he's
No,
telling that Klopp, it's almost too
No,
late because you could have done it earlier this season by playing
no,
natural centre
no.
backs.
I'm coming to a point where unthinkable defensive moment which had um, been fruitful for Klopp actually. I mean, the rotation that he had done. I mean, who would have thought? Would you think you want to put Bruno in the centre back? Or you want to put McTominay in the centre back? I think McTominay played centre back on the Liverpool match. I mean, that was
Matic also can play.
and the disaster. So these are the unthinkable defensive stuff that actually I've seen this season. like Stuart Dallas in Leeds United, who's actually he can play a wing back and he's a midfielder, but he played at centre back as well. I mean, credit goes to these two managers for giving these unthinkable defensive moments. I mean, some of these miracle things that I've actually seen this season. So that's mine. These two managers.
Okay, you know who needs to go next?
Um,
So now because of you, I become last. See?
oh, you haven't? Oh, sorry. You want to go first?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go on.
Okay.
At least-
I think Bang Din was spot on. I think people, in a way, overlooked Johnstone this season because of Ruben Diaz. I think I would say Johnstone took me by surprise. Really, it took me by surprise. I think it's a known fact that you need a solid defender beside you to form a formidable centre-back partnership.
Yep.
I think Van Dijk has done it at Liverpool. Even at United, take away the pros lah. I think Maguire give that kind of protection and leadership quality to the likes of Lindelof, even Eric Bailly. So at City, Ruben Diaz, top class. I think he's the best defender, but I think I would say Stones this season. He even scored a couple of goals. As well. And so,
Sorry,
from
Paul.
Liverpool point of view,
Sorry, I can't stop laughing about the comments from Brian.
no, I'm thinking, what goal was that? Huh?
I was surprised to see Arsenal's final goals conceded in the league. Oh my god! All right, Paul, sorry, Paul. Carry on, Paul.
From Liverpool point of view, I think the revival of Nat Phillips. It's crazy to think that he has a couple of clean sheet under his belt. Now he has one assist under his belt. He also scored a goal in the last 10 games. That's for an inexperienced centre back is unbelievable. So for me, Nat Phillips, Johnstone, and yes, our Spurs brother is spot on. Fofana, what a season! Fofana was superb. His game reading, his passing, the range of his passing is superb. It's very underrated, Fofana. Very underrated.
Okay. So are we ready to look at our defensive?
My views are not important.
You haven't listened.
Hey, you haven't listened to Serena yet.
Kira.
Sorry, Serena. I didn't leave Puva for last. My bad.
I think I know already. After this, I must not wear black with you guys. So I will stand up now.
No, Serena was gold. We say, oh, my views are not needed anymore.
That's right.
Maybe you should wear Villarreal's jersey lah. Then
Too bright.
Go on, Serena. Go on.
Okay, for me, right? Sorry to say this to Tazwin. I think one of the for me unthinkable defensive moment was from your players. Regular. I think the game against who? Villa, right?
Aston Villa. Oh, yeah.
That own goal. I mean, there's a positive, there's a negative. That own goal was, of course, it's a bad because it's an own goal. But that goal, my God, it's really world class, man. That goal was great. It was really a good goal.
He frustrated. He cannot score goal. Then he score own goal lah.
That own goal was remarkable. Seriously, so for me that was like unthinkable moment. That's why I said there's a positive and negative, right? So that the positive was that goal was really good, but the negative part was that he scored an own goal. Other than that, I think players that stand out like how Pua and also Tazwid said for finals for me, and also from my own team, Luke Shaw as well. Like I think one of the best defender as well that he has revived for this season. I would say one of the best. One of the they moved it, Rima. I tell you what, this fella, can you mute his mic?
Yeah, mute his mic.
If this was Shades of Red, he got red card ready.
I think Luke Shaw, because this season I would say for any United fans also, I think he's one of the best player, I would say, for United this season. So yeah, I would say these two players.
From Liverpool fans also. We do appreciate.
Thank you so much, Kishan. Finally, thank you for the support.
Only Luke Shaw.
Okay, so are we ready to see? Now we're ready. Sorry, I didn't know I left Kuva for second last just now. So are we ready to see? Are we ready? Are we ready for it? You guys gotta tell me. Okay, so you want to start at what position? What position first?
Right back.
For defense,
Right back.
we actually got by position. Midfield
Right
and
back.
front all not by position.
Right back.
Sorry?
Right back.
Right back.
Cancelo.
Who you guys think won right back? Make
Cancelo.
the team of the season based on the votes by the panel.
Joao Cancelo.
Yo, Cancelo.
Cancelo. Yeah.
It's quite obvious lah. Okay, quite obvious lah. Okay,
No, like myself, I voted. I mean, I named him Cancelo, but I wanted another name as well in that position. I think it's very underrated this season. I think West Ham's Kaufal was superb.
Kaufal.
Yep, Kaufal, yep. He was superb.
there you have it. Our team of the season right back as voted by the panels. He literally got the highest number of votes. I'm not going to lie. He had the highest number and it's ridiculous. Among all the positions, he was actually the highest number of votes. Cancelo undoubtedly gets the right back position in our team of the season. All right. I hope everybody is in agreement there. So hopefully. Okay. Okay, next. What you want to see? Which one you want to see next?
At the back.
Left.
Centre back, Harry Maguire.
Centre back. Serious centre back. Okay, centre back number one. Who do you guys think it is?
Diaz.
The obvious one lah. The obvious one lah.
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz lah.
You can't put Nat Phillips in there, right?
No, you can put, but then you need to argue with Serena lah. Ruben Diaz.
It's no brainer.
No-brainer that Ruben Diaz is undoubtedly the best centre back this season. I think it's a real season where I think he just crushed it at the back there. Undoubtedly, I think the only other person that could have crushed it maybe was out injured with the knee injury all season. But let's not get there. But yeah, Ruben Diaz makes the centre back. First centre back role goes to him. Who do you think gets the second centre back? This might be tricky.
John Stones.
Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
Myself named Fofana, but I don't know whether
Fofana.
you will make it
Yeah,
or
I
not.
support Fofana, but Harry Maguire, Bandin, please.
So that's already 3 votes. So we really hope for Fofana now.
Yeah, Fofana.
Yes. Yes.
What do you think about it? What do you think? I mean, Taswin, you really think Fofana should be there? Huh?
Yes, he's young, he's brilliant, read game very well, good passer, no doubt about it.
Okay. I think it's
For
really.
for his age, it's a huge ask, but I think he really stood out in Premier League this season.
Yes.
Credit to Brendan Rodgers as well. I mean, playing him at the right position and giving him the trust. I think he kept up the expectations. So he deserves. Fofana definitely deserves.
All right. So that leaves us with. I think it's very obvious. That's very. I will just to make Serena's day. I'm gonna let
Good show
Taswin.
lah.
Taswin, you are gonna say who wins the left back here.
Good show lah for Serena.
Ya lah, for Serena lah. Kita bagi Luke Shaw.
Yay!
I actually got one more player for left back. It's
Okay.
Target from Aston Villa.
Target.
Target.
Even Cresswell in the league, he had the most assists from the left back position.
Assists, he had goals. Even
Yes.
Chilwell was good. Even Chilwell was goal
Yeah.
scoring and assist. But Luke Shaw, of course, very much improved compared to the previous
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Luke Shaw is a clear cut.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Yeah, but Cresswell is someone for next season, bro. Trust me. Anybody
Okay.
signing him, wow.
Let's go into the next chapter here. Memorable midfield performance. Yeah, this one I think very very subjective. Very subjective. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
time I'm not gonna start or I'm not gonna end with Puva. So I'm gonna start with Kishan.
Me. Oh man.
Okay,
Come on, man.
midfield, memorable midfield performance. There are many good midfielders. De Bruyne. Sadly to say, it's Bruno Fernandes. But I would go for Gundogan actually. Ike Gundogan, he actually proved his worth. Given that Kevin De Bruyne was injured for I think for quite a long time, and for me, the moment City clinched the title is when they had Gundogan had a running scoring run. I think about 5 to 6 games he's been scoring 2 goals, 1 goal. I mean, he actually took because that time Pep he actually changed the formation of the team, so he wasn't playing with a striker. So basically playing like a false nine. So Gundogan act as a false nine. So he's been scoring goals, and for me that was the memorable midfield performance because he was on run, like for a few matches or 5 to 6 matches he's been scoring goals, and that was the time when I think City actually clinched the title. They sealed the title. So that's my take.
Okay. Serena. I'm very interested to see what Serena says here.
Memorable moments, can't really think much of it, but my personal favorites will be same as Kishan. Unfortunately, we don't really agree many things, but yeah, Gundogan also as well, and also Bruno Fernandes, of course, not to forget. I mean, come on, he scored a lot of penalty as well. Okay, and not to forget Mason Mount also. For me, Mason Mount as well is one of the players that I've seen improve as well. So really, I think it's one of the midfield that I would really, spot on for me. Yep.
Mason Mount. Okay. Puva.
Sorry. Yes, I'm with Serena and Kishan. I was very sure to say his name. I think Ika Gundogan. I think he's the only midfielder to play as number 4, number 6, number 8, and number 10 this season. He has played in all this position and excelled well. Okay, he's not the Gundogan we used to watch last season or season before. He's someone that comfortably sit behind the attacking midfielders and make sure everything is fine and then make a good sideways pass, something like that. But this season, especially after the Kevin De Bruyne injury, we all thought that City gonna crumble,
Yeah.
But I think Gundogan stepped out. I think I wanted to point out that one particular performance by him against Spurs. I think Tasbik probably still remember it. I know his team lost 3-0 against City that game, but that particular game, Gundogan was superb. I think that was his best performance of this season. I mean, the last season. So,
with all that being said, does Gundogan make your team of the season?
yeah.
Yes, for me.
My team, yes, is in Gundogan.
So does Gundogan
I know
make
people.
our
I
team
saw.
of the season?
I saw some team of the season by the pundits and everything. They have placed Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne had a consistent season like Gundogan. That's my question there.
I
think the
agree
likes
with
of
Puma, and I
I
think
think
that's why
Gundogan
we
is the
both
best
are the.
midfielder in Manchester this season.
I think I agree. I agree with Puva, and I think that's why we both are the founders of the show. Because let me just say one thing: Kevin De Bruyne did not make our team of the season.
Yes.
Kevin
Yes.
De Bruyne did not make the team of the season. Okay, for defensive earlier, the players that missed out were Trent and Harry Mack. Okay, they missed out on defensive. Okay, and the players that have actually missed out here in terms of the midfield is actually Kevin De Bruyne and Mason Mount. They both
Okay.
did not make
Yeah.
our midfield.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's go with the first player who made our midfield team of the season. Undoubtedly, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep, Ilkay Gundogan.
Okay, this is I think no need to talk lah. This one is quite obvious. Okay, so who do you think? Taswid, the next one siapa?
Okay. For me,
I kind of gave you some hints.
I can't remember what I put it just now. Okay. There's a couple of players, midfield players, good players like Thomas Soshek from West Ham, and even Lingard also been performed later.
What?
But I just want to talk about this memorable in midfield performance, whereby it's from my Spurs player itself, which is Pierre-Emile Hofsberg, with 3,050 touches, gritty, unrelenting in tackles. He's been a good, I can say he's a midfield general in Spurs. You can imagine if, let's say, he's in the other teams like Man City or other best team. He didn't miss any action in the Spurs. That's why I like to choose him, but only thing is there's other good midfielder like been Puva and Serena been talking about good organs, but the memorable for me is Perry. It's one of the best.
Okay. I think there's a comment here, Victor. I think earlier comment by Brian. Thanks for watching. Brian agrees with you. I think Højbjerg should have been there in one of the top midfielders easily this season. Victor Sim says here, Martinez, Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, Robertson,
No.
Mahrez, KDB,
No, man.
Kante, Gundogan. Mahrez also, I'm not very sure. Kante, Gundogan, Foden, and Kane. Oh, that's interesting. We are having a 4-4-2 formation, so we've got 4 midfielders here. Yeah, Kofal as well. That's a very, very good shout out. Kofal missed out very, very closely. I think the midfield votes were very, very interesting. So let's go into the next midfielder that makes the 4-4-2. So the 4 midfielders, Gundogan's one. The next one is
Bruno.
Hey, wow.
Jack Grealish.
Really.
This is surprising. This is definitely surprising.
It's not really surprising.
He got quite a bit. He got quite high votes, you guys.
I vote for him as well.
Yeah, I think I voted for him.
I did go for Bruno Fernandes actually.
I voted for Bruno Fernandes. Down to the
Why
formation given by
are you
our
shocked to
captain.
see Grealish here? You're shocked to see Grealish.
Yeah, because of the formation you gave. You gave a formation of 4-4-2.
Yes.
You expect us to leave out Bruno Fernandes from the team, is it? I think that's not fair.
Yeah,
I think Bruno should be there. But yes, it's down to the panels.
I think Grealish was also a bit disputable because he had a good start. And then I think
Yes.
I
injury
think
layoff.
later he leveled out, right? He leveled out
Yeah,
later.
leveled
He had a
out.
very, very first half
Injuries.
was solid.
Injuries.
First half solid.
Correct.
And later he leveled out. Okay, let's see who's the next one.
Should put some sound, Sena.
Expected.
Modern. Yep. Voted for
Like
him.
literally 40% of City players are making the team of the season.
Champions, ma.
For the
I think this season he really lived up to it. Like, he was showing good signs last season, and this season he just followed through all the way. I think Phil Foden definitely, and I think he's going to be a player to watch. And this is what I think Puva means. City had so much of great quality this season, man, that people like Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez all were the lebih kurang players this season. Actually, they kind of just filled the gaps. They kind of filled the
No,
gaps and
it's
supported.
not. You don't see an
Great.
individual performance there in City. That's the best things about City. You do not see the individual. You see the one whole team there.
And another thing,
Okay.
Foden stepped up his game is down to Sterling. Sterling was massively underperformed this season, in my opinion. In my opinion, he's massively underperformed. I think Foden took that opportunity, and he's only 20. Is it 20 or 21?
21.
Yeah, 21.
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
Ridiculous.
Like what Pep Guardiola said in the interview with Rio Ferdinand, the latest. He said the best player he managed is Messi, but he's doubted because he never seen Messi at the age of 17. Because according to Pep, Foden is the best player he managed at the age of 17. That's one hell of a credit. That one hell of a compliment from top coach for Foden. That's brilliant. A definite
Right.
starter
Last
for
but not
England
least,
for sure.
the fourth person on the midfield for team of the season. Who is it? Serena, Bangden. Go for it. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Must
Come
must be
on.
a king. Must be a king lah. Must be a king.
Wait.
Must be a king lah.
Serena and Bangden have to say this. Say it together. 1, 2, 3. Say it.
Anthony Martial? Okay. I don't know, maybe Rashford or Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes.
No lah, for sure. Rashford cannot be lah.
No brainer. Again, no brainer.
Bruno.
Again, no. Yep. Again, no
No
brainer.
brainer. I've got to say, before we did this, the voting, looking at all the charts, he really lived up to being in the top 5 or top 3 in a lot of the charts out there. So whatever said and done, forget the penalty claims and scoring a penalty. I think he's really showed up this season, and he's taken the season by storm. He's taken the Premier League by storm. He really is one of the best players in the Premier League. Nobody should take that away from Bruno Fernandes, whatever said and done.
He also took fantasy by storm.
Yep.
And guys, I have these funny things I want to share with you. During the Villarreal match, right? I don't know why I was very nervous when he wanted to take penalty. I mean, no doubt he's the penalty taker, that he was known by to take the penalty. But that moment, I just scared that he might just miss it, or that nervous or anything. Right? Imagine if he missed it, the throw gonna come in,
No,
the back
that pretty much reminded you of Ronaldo in 2008. Remember?
Yes, correct. That's why. So
And he ended up missing. And he ended up missing that penalty.
Outstanding season, and then he missed up in the finals, man.
Yes.
Correct.
It's a nerve, lah. It's a nerve. We have to.
Right.
Okay. Now, the next topic I want to talk about here, and we're coming to the end of the show. I think we should be done in about 10-15 minutes. I think this season wasn't so much about the attackers. You leave Harry Kane aside. Salah actually had an up and down season. Take it from me, I'm a Liverpool fan. He just scored when he needed to score. When he had a clear-cut chance, he would put the ball at the back of the net. But otherwise, in your opinions, did you think this season strikers showed a lot?
I feel so.
Let's go with
I feel so because no. Anyone wants to go? I'm okay with it.
You go first.
No, I feel because we overlook, because we judging based on the big names, as you said, Kane, Salah, but we have to look at the Watkins, the Bamfords, the Calvert-Lewins. They have performed very well, at least for the first.
I think they were breakthrough. Okay, they kind of showed up out of nowhere, but did they really wow that, when you say wow, it's like Aguero's crazy season last time. That's a wow.
No. You can't compare like that. Like Leeds promoted, and we know that Bamford is one hell of a player in Championship, but in Premier League it's a big ask. Okay, but I think he's end up scoring 17 goals. Is it? Kishan, you know the stats.
17.
That's a remarkable number. Calvert-Lewin is unexpected season. Especially the first 10 games, you could see that he's kept on scoring and assisting, kept on scoring. Whoever play fantasy, they know. When it comes to Watkins as well, Watkins from Championship as well, promoted. I'm not promoted. He missed out, and then Aston Villa bought him last summer. Watkins overall had a very good season, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
we're talking about, like, it's not to the level of wow, because the names are not big as Eric Kane, Salah. I think Wardy in a way, okay, he had a good season, but I think Inacho
Yeah.
stepped up. Inacho, like, 9 games in a row he scored. That's brilliant for Inacho. Who else? From United, I think Greenwood was superb. Greenwood was
Greenwood,
superb.
Greenwood started slow, but I think he finished off with a bang.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
And of course, Cavani, for his
Oh,
age, for his appearances, superb.
yep.
You have to take all this into the account, like how many games he played, how many goals he scored. The ratio, when it comes to the ratio, I think Cavani is up there. Greenwood as well.
I
Yeah.
think Gabriel
But
has
of
also made a bit of a mark. Jesus made a bit of a mark,
Hmm.
because the formation we played the false nine and all that, but he was still relevant, scoring some important goals also. But he had a good team around him. So, I mean, he's a proven striker. And with Aguero on the bench, I think he somehow, kept that missing feeling away. He was performing, I think. Jesus.
Okay. Does anybody have a different opinion?
I think for me,
I'm not going to ask Taswet because Harry Kane kind of, did it all this season. He assisted and he scored the highest number.
Oh,
I got to say the same with Puva lah, because for me the standout striker is Greenwood. Sadly to say, it's Greenwood because when the game
Marco
against
Ijao.
what you said? Sorry to say. Sad to say.
sad to say it's Greenwood lah.
That's what I said, Marco Ijao.
No, but I got massive respect for the guy because when Liverpool played against United at Old Trafford, the minute he came in, I told Senna this game will be 3-3.
Almost.
At such a young age, he brings fear to the defenders, because when Greenwood play, I mean, he reminds me of Robbie Van Persie at United.
Yeah.
I mean, his turns, his curl balls. I mean, even though he started off his career playing at wings, but then now they are slowly pushing him into striker. I think it's a good thing for a young striker. Then Inacho, he gave me a lot of points for FPL. So
Sama.
Same.
See, all my FPL gangs.
I strongly urge and recommend Serena to play fantasy next season, please.
I have to say, her attention to detail and how even for our shows, she literally prepares to the extent of literally looking what's the topics and preparing. I think she can win any of those minor fantasy leagues that are going on. That definitely can win it.
But before playing next season's fantasy, so let's play the Euro fantasy.
Guys,
Please.
Fantasy.
guys, I think we missed out one name actually because of the injury. Raul Jimenez from Wolves.
Yeah.
That's one sad
Correct.
story. The injury was really bad.
Been very good until his injury.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think his team is really missed him since the injury.
Yeah,
Can
that's
really
right.
see that. Can
But
really see the firepower.
But his replacement wasn't that good actually, because we are expecting a lot more from William Jose. But he wasn't doing much.
So it's good to see a lot of strikers out there. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sweet.
No, I think part of this Salah, Harry Kane, and Wadi things, like I think we have a lot of other strikers. I think it can be be a good striker later on, like Neil Maupay, Bamford, Callum Wilson. I think they should be not be forgotten because only things they have not a very good surrounding player around them.
Yeah.
I think, but if let's say even back with a good player, good midfielder, I think they will be fine.
Even Callum Wilson did. I mean, not Callum Wilson. Tammy Abraham didn't make the cut.
Yeah, Tammy Ibrahim. Yeah, Ibrahim.
But guys, I have a question here to the panels. Where do you put Antonio Martial's positions?
Oh my goodness.
I answer. I'll put him left out or right out, all the way out.
No, I
He play
mean
football,
really,
ne?
where is it?
Rena,
Sorry?
Okay, you have
Can you
someone who
repeat
can
the
answer your question
can you repeat the
effectively.
question again?
He's there.
Is
This
it?
He's there.
I couldn't hear it
he's
properly.
there. He's there.
I said,
No,
where
myself
does
is blocking. Myself is blocking. That's why.
where does Marshall play actually? Where is his position? Is this a striker? Is this playing at left
Okay,
or something? So what?
with no benches involved, I mean, just to tell you, that guy prospers in the wing. Okay, the guy
Mm.
prospers in the wing. He's definitely not a center forward who's going to give you the clinical finishing, the poacher instinct. All right, he's from the left. He drifts into the right. He goes from the middle. He can take shots. He can of course create damage from the left. But the problem is he did it last season. He did last season. But this season it's been just a roller coaster for him. His head was not in the game, you know. But on a professional level, I think he's definitely a winger compared to a center forward. That's for sure.
So
And
basically for this season, because he's playing centre forward more, so he
but
is more like the wow. No, not the fail wow, right?
but that was my opinion once in a lifetime. You'll never get this saying this again. But
Okay.
but definitely not a center forward. Definitely not a center forward. He's just
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah.
No, there's one more thing. Maybe if he's mild, maybe he can play well. Enough with the high school face all.
no rough childhood, rough childhood.
Okay. Anyway, let's go to the players who missed out on becoming the two strikers in the or attackers in the team of the season for FOOTYTALK.my. One is
Mo
Son.
Salah.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think? What do you think, Taswin?
I
Would you have put
Uh,
Son in your team of the season?
I can't remember. I think so. Because I respect him towards on his Puskas goal against Burnley last December. Then now and at the end I mean his influence been waned towards the end of the season. That's why I think he's missed out.
So I think when I share the next player who missed out on the top two, it's going to be quite obvious who made the top two. So the player who missed out the top two, and I was like, you missed out on it based on the votes, is Patrick Bamford. He missed out on it.
But that's
Just
understandable, Sena. That's understandable because I think the guy did not have a consistent goal scoring run.
Yeah.
The consistency on the but again, you got to appreciate him for coming from the League One and
Yes.
performing well, 17
Yeah.
goals, like what you mentioned. I mean, that is a good start. Then again, the continuity next season will be interesting to see.
Yep. So who is one of the two attackers? Can somebody name them?
Mohamed Salah.
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 Only
Salah should be-
Watkins.
Yeah,
Salah and
yeah.
Kane.
Salah and Kane, definitely.
Salah and Kane.
Salah is
Salah,
the first guy.
Salah and Kane. Yep. Mo Salah and Kane.
Harry Kane, that's
Yeah. Okay. At least one from Spurs.
Yay! Tazwin! Yeah, Tazwin, you made it.
Tasvin, bro. Tasvin, bro.
Surprisingly, there were not many Spurs. No, there were a few more, but not many Spurs nominations. I think that the panel was quite consistent. A lot of the voting went to a lot of the players that made it this season. All right. So now let's go into player of the season. Player of the season. So who do you guys think is your pick for player of the season? So I think the day Shades of Red we did Liverpool and United, but now let's go EPL wide. Who's the player of the season?
No, I know
Bang
the
Din.
form. I think the. Okay. Bangdin.
Let's go Bang Din. Bang Din.
Who was so scared to go last week?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, in the Premier League, I think it was Ruben Diaz. That's what the Premier League voted. But I would not agree with that. I think it would be Harry Kane because top assist and top scorer. So you're going to judge a player by the individual performance. That's what we're going to go player of the season. So I think being the top scorer and top assist of the league, it should be Harry Kane because he did what he was supposed to do individually. So I think it should be Harry Kane from my perspective.
Okay, Puva.
No, I think Bangdin saved my time. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Ruben Diaz is named in the team of the season. I mean, player of the season by Premier League. Yes, and I think majority would say that he deserved it. Even myself would say deserved it. But Harry Kane is the man. I think he's only the third player in the Premier League history to top the chart of assists and goal scoring
Yep.
after Eddie Cole and SL Bank. He's the only third person to do this. That's one level of achievement. To play for Spurs,
Everybody nodding. Anybody got different opinion? Everybody nodding. Macam all setuju. All
No.
agree.
Harry
Come on,
Kane,
Spurs.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Actually, Harry Kane was in my mind, but I did not select Harry Kane though.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
sorry,
you gotta
not to be biased,
You got to be
not to be
honest.
biased, not to be biased, because this is how when I was listening down, right? Because I had the habit of listening it, right? So when I was listening down, I was like cross. I feel this particular person deserve the recognition as well because he has been. It's for me, it's a miracle what he have done. The player that I'm going to name is JC Lingard. Why?
Oh, no.
Because I know it's funny, right? But why? Because I
No,
think
it's not funny.
he
It's
has,
not funny. It's not funny.
it's he has no game in United.
I
He was on the bench most of the time.
didn't see that coming.
Yeah, because that's why I say this is something that I came and crossed my mind.
No, I
Because
would
he
have
has
really
no
thought
game.
Serena will vote for Bruno lah. Why Jesse Lingard? What?
Yeah, so no, that's why I say I was few people's name, then I crossed that. It's like why? Because he has no games in United most of the time. He was on the bench most of the time. He came into West Ham. He just gelled into the game, into the team just like that, and he keeps scoring the goals. So I think that kind of players with that kind of, for me, it's a miracle. So what he have done to this season, I think is one of the things that I feel that need to be recognized as well. But of course, I did have Harry Kane also in my mind. But despite of all this, I know other panels are going to choose this also. But I just feel that JC Lingard need to be recognized for what he have done this season.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
remarkable.
Then we should put Jesse Lingard on the the Hall of Fame.
yeah, soon.
Revive
Hey,
his career.
he won Premier League. Okay, just saying.
Kishan, ambil kau.
No lah, I mean,
Ambil kau.
tak nak cakap apa lah. Tak nak cakap apa lah.
Don't go without any substance, okay? You have substance, you go.
No, that one all you can talk to all the keyboard warriors.
Yeah. For me, if let's say you saying, if let's say you vote for Jesse Lingard, might as well. I will vote. If let's say according to you say, I will say Joseph. What is him? Joseph Willock.
No, Willock, Joe Willock.
Yeah.
Joe Willock.
Joe
Yeah.
Willock.
I think it's the same like Lingard, but
Yeah.
for me, is Harry Kane deserve it because. But I'm not trying to say my team because he been defending the goals, he been assisting the goals, and he's scoring the goals. He's been everywhere. That's for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but if let's say you say Jesse Lingard, might as well take Joseph Willock.
Yeah, that's what Tazi. I
Alright.
mean, no harm. That's what I said. Susie, sorry, why do you play? Harry Kane deserve it, but I just thought about these players in my mind. I was like, I feel this fella need recognition.
Deserves a
for something like that.
nomination at least lah. It deserves a
Yeah.
shout out at least. Lingard, definitely no doubt. So I think when I opened the results, it was literally one name that went like that, and I think everybody kind of picked him, and I nothing else. was to
Yeah,
say.
second title for
Yeah.
Harry Kane is undoubtedly the player of the season. But here's a tricky one. The last one we're going to cover today, and manager of the season. Ini a bit tricky.
I named a rare one.
This one I'm telling
I
you,
really named a rare
when I
one.
was tabulating the votes, I was like, hey, really? Hey, really? Hey, really? Like,
This one for sure Ole wins lah. Nobody will have this brain as Ole. Okay, come on lah. Ole deserve it, man. He's the brilliant of screwing up. He's the brilliant of screwing up all the finals, semi-finals, and all this.
just Serena and Bangden, just so you know, the player who missed out on the player of the season was Bruno Fernandes.
Wow.
Fernandes. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Deservedly. He deserves
Okay.
to.
So he's runner-up in the count. But who you guys? Taswit gonna have interesting take lah. Let's ask the guy who had 2 managers this season. Taswit, siapa manager of the season?
Okay, for me, I don't want to follow Serena this time. But for me, to be brilliant, El Loco Bilsa,
So,
his
okay.
nickname.
Bielsa.
Bilsa. Yeah, because he took leads from championship up to Premier League and still he maintained to the top 10. Think is good enough. Uh, he been like his style of playing is very attractive. No, he can at least you see Stuart Dallas been scoring goals from defense. So for me, Bilsa is one of the choice.
Player of the season. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else have got same opinion as Tasu now, Bielsa?
No, no, no.
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 Nope.
And let's hear another name then. Kishan.
David Moyes.
Yep, David Moyes would
For
be.
me, it's David Moyes. I mean, even though he brought West Ham to the conference. What is that? The Conference Cup, Conference League. But it is still a European spot for West Ham, and
No. Spurs will play in Conference League. West Ham in Europa League.
West Ham Europa League.
Yes.
Sorry,
West Ham Europa League.
So it's an European spot for West Ham. And let's talk about his transfer also. He brought in the right players in. He brought in Thomas Tuchel, Kofal, and also loaned in from Jesse Lingard from United. And then he even bought Said Benrahma from Brentford. So I think he has done a good job from the starting of the season. And yeah, I think he should be nominated as the manager of the season. David Moyes.
Hey, Bielsa, Moyes. Anyone else? Anyone throw in another name?
Why no one is choosing Ole? Come on. Ole has been screwing up semis, has been screwing up finals just because of his selections.
I need to mute Serena. Where's the mute button?
Which manager was screwed up finals or semi-final or any group matches by selecting a wrong players?
You're becoming so sour, lah. You don't be like that. Even Pua and me will never be sour at club. We'll be objectively criticizing him.
No, I still support him. I still support him. I'm just telling, doing a repeated mistake, it's not acceptable. Okay, Champions League we lost because of what? You did not take out Fred. You know the important thing. How did we win? How did we lose Europa? You put Fred into 100 minutes.
Look at a joke, lah. Doing a repeated mistake is not acceptable. How many months we saw repeated mistakes? We all chill only.
No, it happens. But I understand the frustration from Serena. I think not only Serena, I think pretty much majority United fans share the same sentiment as well. Because you can lose one, you can lose two, but not 3, 4, 5 times. The FA Cup quarterfinal, Fred disaster class as well. Okay, I think Fred played an important role in United season this season. In FA Cup, in Champions League.
I have a mascot named Fred. Fred, the mascot, will play better than him.
But personally, I mean, I would agree with Serena. But I have a name I want to throw into the hat. I think it's Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers. Because Brendan Rodgers, what I admire by the guy is, back in the day when he was Liverpool, he was just that close to winning titles. He was just that close. And then he went to Scotland, he made a name for himself. When he came back to Leicester, he kept them relevant, though they actually kind of fumbled the season, in the last game, like how they did last season. But again, what's happening is, he's keeping Leicester to be recognizable still. I mean, I would say one of the top 6. They just took over from Arsenal. I put Arsenal aside. I put Arsenal aside. I brought Leicester in. And look at the signings he has made. He sold the big boys. He's brought in a couple of good players, not great players. And, kids like Harvey Barnes. I mean, that guy, I don't know where he came from. And, it was Brendan Rodgers who brought him in. He did a good job. Not a bad injury, though. But Brendan Rodgers was that. He was, top three all season long until the last 3 games. But again, that's hard luck. But again, 2 seasons in running, Leicester is becoming a force to be reckoned with. Demolishing the champions 5-2 at Etihad. I mean, that was a statement of a win. So for me, if you ask me, standout manager for the season, Brendan Rodgers.
Okay. On that count, let's get into it. Brendan Rodgers finished number 4 in the manager of the season vote. Okay, before we go into number 3, Brian, you're watching Brian. Suchek did finish in the nomination list. He just did not finish right at the top. He was there. Okay, Suchek was there. I just want to say that. Victor Sim, thanks for the comments. Pep Bielsa Moyes. Joshua is saying that Pep aside, Bielsa and Moyes, manager of the season. Brian goes on to say Moyes. Sentimentally, Klopp should be mentioned, but Brian, no lah. Don't bring sentiments means the entire Footy Talk player of season would have had like half Liverpool players. We bring sentiments in, we don't want to do that. But thank you. Thanks, Brian. All the guys that have been watching and commenting, we love you so much. Thank you for supporting us throughout the show. Okay, so let's go to it. Manager of the season, number 4, as voted, was Brendan Rodgers. So who do you guys think is number 3?
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
Hopefully, Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola.
Actually, number 3 is Marcelo Bielsa.
Oh, Bielsa.
Oh, okay.
So it's between Moyes and also Pep.
Pep. So I think Pep.
Okay,
Hey, no, only.
Brian Graham Potter should
Only
get a special
Kobe.
mention too. That's a good call out. Good call out there. So the runner-up is actually Pep Guardiola.
Yay!
Runner-up is actually Pep Guardiola, and that I suppose leaves everybody without a shadow of a doubt that the Footy Talk voted manager of the season is
Our ex-manager.
You see?
I mean, Liverpool
No,
fans
Serena,
were spot
no.
on. Liverpool fans
Yep.
were spot on. We called him the
Yep.
football genius.
Yep.
David Moyes, the football genius.
Yep.
Look,
So yeah, I think I was, like I said, I think there was a few, as I picked up the votes, there was a few flows of the vote. That's I think I gave you guys three nominations each.
Yep.
So I had to open all 3 of the nominations. I went like, the first nomination, I went like, what? Second nomination, I went like, what? Third nomination, I went like, what? Then when the third nomination came in, the whole table just flipped. And it ended up with David Moyes getting the manager of the season. So that
It has
pretty
to be
much sums it up. And we will be posting all this on our social medias. We've got our the team of the season. We've got our voted player of the season, voted manager of the season. We're going to have our final show before we go into the European Championships. I don't know whether that's going to get postponed, but we've got our final show tomorrow for the Champions League preview. We're going to have a few Chelsea fans and City fans on board with some of us here. Champions League finals coming up early Sunday morning. So I hope that everyone stay tuned to the show tomorrow. Please make time for it, 10 p.m. I just want to say thank you to the panel speakers here today, which is Taswit, Bang Din, Footy Guru, Serena, Kitchen, and Dave B for actually spending their time here. I want to thank all the other panel speakers who voted. Okay, the Footy Talk player of the season and team of the season, manager of the season was voted by our speakers who have appeared on our show over the across this whole season. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone and to everyone who's been following us, the viewers. Thank you so much. We got one more show tomorrow before we wrap up. But throughout the break, okay, the club football break, Dave B, Kishan, and Bang Din will be coming on screen and bringing you transfer rumors from their sources. You know, everyone knows Dave B used to be in England. He's got direct sources from England. So, and Kishan has always been getting a lot of transfer rumors right and wrong. And Bang Din will be the neutral one in the middle. He'll be the neutral one in the middle. So I think they bring a good flavor of transfer rumors. I think shows like Napshot Studios also be bringing a lot of updates on transfers as well. Our brothers across borders over in Singapore. So that's it. We've come to the end of the show. I would like to say thank you to everybody once again. This is FOOTYTALK.my, and we are signing out. Ciao.
So
Good night, guys.